Tarleton Radio Network is proud to announce our new show, Planetary Overload.
You are about to overload.
Join co-hosts AJ Heyer and Colleen Hughes as they explore a new hobby every week. Subscribe to the feed wherever you get your podcasts and listen to the debut episode for an interview with award-winning game designer Steve Jackson in their exploration of tabletop RPGs. Subscribe to the feed wherever you get your podcasts and listen to the debut episode.
And we're recording. Welcome, everybody, to episode 7 of Cruisin the Planet. I'm your host, Ethan Miller. Today, my one and only very special guest is...
AJ Heyer. Hello.
How is everyone doing today? It is January 1st of 2020.
New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
We made it. We made it to the decade.
We survived. The grass did not eat us.
We didn't go World War III and then subsequently World War IV 10 years later.
Right? We did it. Let's see. It has been, 2 weeks since we've done something.
Right.
And technically, this isn't even being live streamed like we usually do. This is simply being recorded because it's being recorded at a totally different time for a totally different thing. A lot of stuff has happened recently. Do we want to start with you? Because mine is a lot.
You've definitely had a lot going on in your life.
I have.
Haven't you?
Had a lot of changes.
Had a lot of changes.
I'm growing.
Get copyright claim for.
Why would you do that to me?
No. I don't know. Things have been pretty steady for me. I mean, graduating in May, so
nice.
that's a good thing. All set up for the semester.
Congratulations.
My Christmas was pretty standard. You know, I got a Switch for Christmas, which was I've been playing Breath of the Wild like nobody's business.
Right.
Like that game's 2 years old now. Still one of the best games.
I mean, it might be 2 years old, but like once the speedrunners have gotten it under a minute, that's when the game's dead. You know what I'm saying?
Have they done that recently?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
Okay. No.
I have watched a speedrun for it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. Did you know that you can fly using trees?
What?
And like using shields, arrows, and goblins?
No, I did not know that.
Moblins?
Well, I know that there's a way to like... I've never successfully done it, but I know there's a way to like stasis lock something, and then when it's stasis lock, you can save momentum in it.
Yes.
I've never been able to jump on it in time to have
Got
enough.
you.
But
yeah,
I also
uses
break
that.
all my weapons before it happens.
Use it. There's like the speedruns use the momentum lock trick.
Right.
Then they'll also do the Moblin trick shot.
Okay.
Which is like you can only do it on like 2 of the Moblins in the whole game, I think.
So
but
it
lets
goes
you
off
fly.
of a specific spawn.
I think so.
Okay.
A specific spawn and a specific trigger,
Huh.
and then you jump on them while riding your shield and shooting them with an arrow at the same time.
Wait, you can ride your shield?
Technically, it's a lot.
Okay.
Like it's a lot of tech.
Okay.
It's literally like teching through the whole game.
Huh.
Because you just like crawl your way through the walls, like standard clips to get into the temples.
No way.
Using an axe. Just go in.
That's crazy.
It's nasty.
Oh yeah, because they're trying to save time from skipping through all those
Exactly.
cutscenes.
They don't have any cutscenes at all.
Okay.
Like there's the one cutscene you watch is in the very beginning when you get your like tablet.
Have you seen the animation of how that? So it sound. I didn't know that there's this animation series called something about
Terminal montage.
Yeah, terminal montage.
Oh,
I didn't know that was. I thought that was just like him being him. You know what I mean?
No.
I didn't know that was based off of the speedrunners.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good. Did you watch the COPPA one recently that he made?
I did. Yeah, a little bit.
It's so funny. It's just like, oh, this is good satire.
How are you doing? Pulls up COPPA.
Yeah.
I am
breathing. Do you like steak? Yes.
I am an adult that likes steak.
How is your... Never mind.
How is your dog? Can't have pets?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What is that? It's my... Never mind.
We can't even have... we just need to make this logo on the screen right now
Yeah, just monochrome it out. It's just while we talk about the atrocity that is the COPPA thing. When I learned about it, we
had a freak out. I know I had a freak out.
I didn't have a freak out until I looked up what like It's the FCC, right?
Yeah, FCC.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing that we have to deal with on our radio stations.
Yeah. The only thing is like the FCC is coming after. I have like 3 big things with this.
Right.
And these you can ask Cole when she comes on next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I was livid. Like legitimately was walking around outside yelling. When I like pieced this together in my brain.
I didn't see this part of this.
No. Cuz we were sitting there making the spoof that we put up in front, the asset,
right?
I
remember.
the TV bug.
Mm-hmm.
The way that we fixed it for us is just by making this is recommended for 14-year-olds and up content.
Okay.
Like how you do it for YouTube,
not
or
even
for
13,
television.
14.
Well, that's how television broadcasting does it. That's how they get away with those things.
Okay.
Is they just have a content warning that says like, TV 14,
right,
or TV MA.
Okay.
And then they have the flags for content of like language.
Peggy 18.
Peggy 18. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we were just like, okay, we're in America, so we'll use the American tags.
Right.
TV 14, so we're YouTube 14. Straight up, just instead of TV, we went YT, and then we put our flags of like of language, suggestive dialogue, fantasy violence.
I love it.
That's our tags, and then at the very bottom we're like, because the FCC is a baby.
All right, so go on with like what made you mad about
Dude, okay, I figured out what the FCC was about. They're about antitrust and anti-monopoly.
Okay, that makes sense.
So why would you go after the little content creators?
Because they're trust and monopolized.
Disney! Like... Dude!
Oh my gosh. For our audio listeners, which is everybody right now, he has physically moved the mic away from his mouth so he does not clip the microphone, which I think he's already done.
Disney is bigger, and they're not even touching them. They've got a... Oh!
Not only that, they're targeted towards children.
Yeah! Huh? How are you gonna just do that? Also, the channels aren't holding any of that information. Yes, technically they have it. We have access to it because of our analytics page.
Right.
But we're presented the analytics page through the content creators portal, managed by YouTube itself.
Which they should have just fined YouTube, and that was it. That should have been it.
Find YouTube, and then YouTube was like, all right, we're shutting down ads for a bit, and we're reprocessing. But no. They did their own little thing. They had their little song and dance and ditty about it.
It doesn't help that they were having press conferences like, we will target you, we will go after you, we will fine you. Like, why? Why the fear-mongering?
Why?
I have my own YouTube channel, which is probably way too adult for any of our regular viewers, which is called 3 Guys in a Hot House.
Yes, I've seen it.
And
it's fun.
It is fun, and
like you shouldn't be worried about anything there.
No, because we're college. It's very college humor type stuff. Lots of language, lots of like bad jokes.
You know. Oh my.
Oh, language.
But marketing.
But because it was based off of Kingdom Hearts, our playthrough, because it's a gaming channel.
Video games.
I had privated all the videos because I'm just like, first of all, we don't have enough viewers, but I was just like, I am not going to be targeted for a $45,000 fine because
per infraction, mind you.
Because I have a cuss. It not even meant for children. Super cussy.
Yeah.
Right out the bat, like we are just having a good time. But no, we would still get targeted because it was Disney characters.
Right.
And it's a video game. So we have learned since then that this is all fear-mongering and it's never going to happen the way that they say it is.
The way that they said it was going to happen, it turns out that the law, because we even looked into the law itself, a bunch of producers and creators got on forums and were like, what are they actually going to hit? Like, real talk, who dies?
PewDiePie.
When they start firing. And the law was so ambiguous. And so that's why Terminal Montage made that video about it, because they were like, hey, no animated characters. And he's like, all right, cool. No animated characters, no bright colors. So it's just monochrome oblongs.
Right.
Using basic speech to text because you couldn't have that like animated voice or recognizable anything.
How is your
How is your do you have life insurance? Yes. It was awful. It was atrocious. It was perfect satire. Beautiful use of satirical analysis.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, by the way, go into the cards. I think we'll probably put a link in the cards.
We could link either their video or we could link the FCC or like honestly
anything.
right now, because this is a podcast.
Right.
This isn't. It will be a video. Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
For the podcast listeners,
Mm-hmm.
Google YouTube FCC or COPPA, COPPA.
Should be the first thing, right? That the COPPA animation. If they search COPPA on YouTube,
it's one of the first things.
Yeah.
If you search that, it's hilarious on the producer side of things because it's like, this is good,
right?
Like this is exactly what they need to see, but also it was a bunch of inflammatory speech. Everyone got scared, and then we sat down. And we're like, this is really unenforceable and like unjustifiably unenforceable. So I think what it was used for is to hit those like 4 or 5 channels that had made $1 million.
Oh, like the Elsa Gate stuff.
Not even the Elsa Gate. Did you hear what the one kid made?
What?
There was a toy review channel that made like
toy review.
$40 million. I was told.
Stupid, like Ryan's Toys.
Yeah,
something like that.
I was told in the millions of dollars.
Yeah, because and then this wouldn't even be a problem. If in like 2016 YouTube didn't do a bunch of advertising for their YouTube Kids app, that was just like, this is for kids.
Here's the kicker that gets me. You can't have a YouTube account if you're not 13.
Yeah.
So there are no 13-year-olds on YouTube. Everyone is 13 and up
according to law.
According to the law. So you hit the account holders that are 13. But you can't punish them, so you punish the It's so backwards logic.
Yeah.
That was my last point. I was like, I'm done. We're killing the government. We're taking the government that was this big, and we're bringing it all the way down to 0. We're just...
Disclaimer, we are not actually going to kill anybody.
The government's a concept, not a person.
We're... Okay, you say something like that though. You gotta be clear that we're talking about a concept and not a person.
Yes, George W. Government is fearful of me.
Okay, I want to continue on. We got our first episode. Okay, so back on to the concepts of my break.
Producing.
of like the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Cole, we are going to be releasing our first episode on everything because the trailer got approved.
Episode of?
Tabletop RPGs.
What's your show called, AJ?
Oh, Planetary Overload.
You're fine. The first episode of Planetary Overload is due to release relatively soon.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. So I think we need to figure out like a scheduling thing.
Yeah.
Because I know we should probably talk about this show.
What specifically?
Because you can't be here on Wednesdays. Which we'll go into on your thing.
Do we just want to go into that?
I guess that's a good transition point because I have nothing else.
So I used to, as of last Sunday, work at CC's. I no longer work at CC's Pizza.
Terrible
in
job.
Town. I'm not going to like actively go out and slander a franchise because a franchise is bigger than me and I'm not trying to be made into the next specialty pizza there. But I no longer work there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a better job now at a much cooler place called Montana's. Ironically enough, I have family from Montana. And at one point in my life lived there. This is kind of cool.
And I think this was announced on our last episode. We kind of talked about this a little bit, but you got your official schedule now.
I have my official schedule. I am working every night except for Thursday, Friday.
Wow. Wait, even Sunday nights?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were open Sunday nights.
Yep.
They have a really good drink there called the Grizzly Bear.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally just... I'm not like Brendan. I'm of the age to drink. It is literally just...
Whoa, slow it down, buddy. Okay.
I'm not trying to... I think Brendan made the joke earlier, like he was talking about drinks, and he said that I've never tried.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm I'm not. That's just a joke.
Name dropping.
Yeah.
Careful with it.
I'm
Keep
not.
going.
I'm not trying to slander
The
Brendan.
grizzly bear.
I love it. Is literally just all liquor,
Oh no.
and I think like a little bit of ginger beer or something
Jeez.
like that. But
Yeah, that's actually my goal, is to work my way to bartending.
which is
so
why I
only
brought
have
up
to
the
work.
grizzly bear, because
Ah,
once you learn how to make it, I'm gonna ask you to make it for me.
you're gonna be asking for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask it.
You're like, hey,
Hey,
a grizzly bear,
a
please.
grizzly bear, please.
And I'm like, yes, sir. No, I genuinely do want to get a bartending position because
Makes so much money,
they make they make at least twice what I make.
and then the tips are insane.
I have a buddy, back in Fort Worth,
Okay.
that works a bartending job. Shout out Trevor, my homie. He's currently in New York for the Lightning Thief musical.
Mm.
So he was there with my other friend Zach.
Okay.
For that, pretty fun. He's a bartender, and he makes hourly $16 an hour.
What?
10 of which is tips.
Huh.
Yes.
Wow. That is ridiculous.
Yes.
So the owner of the restaurant I currently play piano at, because
Mhm.
that's my job other than the Tarleton Radio Network.
Right. Which is an amazing job, by the way. I'm incredibly impressed with you.
It's awesome. I
Uh-huh.
really need to have a new set, because just like any touring band or any musician's going to have like a set for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to play the same thing, and people are going to go absolutely ballistic for it.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that if you can make things interesting, you can play the same song over and over again.
Like jazz.
Yeah, like jazz. You can play the same song over and over again, and people will still love it.
Yeah.
And it's just the same thing that when you listen to Spotify, you have your top songs, and you realize, oh, I've listened to the same song like 1,500 times.
When I look at my Spotify Wrapped, it's 4 songs by Miracle Musical and 1 song by Milky Chance
Every day. Like,
every single week.
every single time. But
I listen to 1 song on repeat Monday, and that's it.
he told me that he could sometimes make, like, he was working bartending jobs in California,
Mm-hmm.
so LA type
Got
areas, and he said, I once had a night where I just worked and there was only 2 tables, and I made $5,000 that day. Man. And of course, it's not going to happen in Stephenville.
No.
But
But Stephenville, I like to consider the low and slow.
yeah,
Just consistency
yeah, that's
is
true.
kind of the whole town's MO.
Mhm,
Of
mhm.
Especially like when I was working at CC's, and I figured out the speed of the pizzas, the speed at which I needed to put them in and make them.
Mhm.
And it got to the point where I would work the kitchen myself, and I'd send my other guy to go fill.
Right.
Like the person who was supposed to help me in the kitchen, I'd send them back to get me stuff for later in the day,
Oh, okay.
because I had the next hour covered entirely.
And it didn't matter because it will
Didn't matter
always
how
be
many
the
people came
same.
in, because I knew the speed of the whole town. And
Even-
so that's
even-
my goal to get in Montana's, is get up to that level of understanding
Mhm.
and that just requires hours there.
Yeah, but CC's was for those who don't know, CC's is not up north.
No.
No, we have something called Pizza Ranch,
Mm-hmm.
which is very similar. Same
It's
concept.
a buffet.
It's a buffet. CC's is a buffet. Montana's is a by order restaurant.
Yeah.
Even though we kind of are in a low and slow, I just know from experience working in by order, it's not going to be the same thing.
No. That's why there's that learning period.
Right,
Of like,
right.
I need to learn the speed of Montana's, which is already way slower.
Yeah.
I was on Dish, and although we closed, I worked last night.
Mhm.
Although we closed early last night, I was still out of there within an hour closing.
Mhm.
On my first time on Dish.
Right.
Everything seems to be like a 1 hour close. Everyone takes their time there. It's like very relaxed environment compared to CC's.
I do like the atmosphere of like that hometown restaurant of like
Mhm.
we're a family type, like everyone.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you kind of telling me this. Everyone when you first got there is just like, oh, new person, let's ask him everything.
No, actually, no one has asked me anything, but that's because they don't know I know Spanish yet.
Oh,
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole back end is run by, I think, 3 or 4 families so
Mhm.
far that I've met. I haven't met any of the morning crew. Morning
Mhm.
crew speaks even less English, so we'll see. But I'm starting to like learn some people's names.
Are you just gonna lay it on them one night and be like, hey?
What I'm going to do is when they start talking a bunch of dirt,
Mhm.
I'll correct them. That's I've always done this. All right, I am white as an Irishman
It's-
because my dad is Irish.
Yes.
I'm also half Mexican. All right?
Your mom's side, correct?
From my mother's side. Yeah. The Ortiz family were out of Sierra Leone in
Really?
Mexico. Yeah,
Okay.
right off the mountains.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have family there still?
No, because when my great-grandfather came in from Spain, he
Mhm.
walked through Mexico, and that's where he met my great-grandmother
Oh.
in the mountains. They came up to Texas and have one of the original land plots from Sam Houston.
Wow.
Yeah. And,
Jeez.
but they had, like, no documentation. There was a house fire long ago. They got rid of that.
Dane. Wow.
Yeah.
We have a historical family member here.
Yeah.
There you go.
I helped build the country.
There. You helped build Texas, which to us is the only country that matters.
Yes, I built the country, like I'm saying.
Yeah, what else has been? Oh, I forgot the original point of this transition.
I was going to get there.
Scheduling.
The show is probably going to have to be moved to a Thursday or a Friday evening, which is a little bit easier for everyone inherently,
Yes.
it would seem. It would be able to be anytime Thursday and Friday on my end, outside of class and whatever we have going on at the station, because I now have off days. I have 2 days a week that I no longer
You're
have to
gonna
work.
learn how much of a blessing. that
I'm not
is.
going to learn how much of a blessing they are. I know that it's a blessing because I've worked every single day for the last 5 months. It's awful.
I think me and you can agree that that is not fun. No. I mean, even with my stuff where I used to have Sundays off. It used to be, I wouldn't work Thursdays here, but I'd play piano. And even though I was only playing piano for 2 hours, people have to take into account I have to drive an hour there
Right.
and an hour back.
Yeah.
So it's not actually a day off. And I'm not even getting kind of a day off beforehand either because it's all chores that I just can't do throughout the week anyway.
Yeah.
So,
dude, the chore list that stacks up when you have like literally 3 hours apiece.
yeah.
I started using a list system for chores. This is a bit of a tangent, but it kind of follows back.
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
I started using this list system for chores that was based all of my chores on time. It's a concept that people with ADHD use to get anything done within their own lives.
Really?
You mark a set amount of minutes for each of your tasks, and you try and get it done under that. You make it a game.
Oh.
Basically. If you get it done under those minutes, you have extra minutes where you can go play.
Huh.
And then when you run out of that time, you have to be responsible enough, and that's the adult part of going back to chores. Or you can save them all to the end of the day. You get done early, but in your brain, you now get to go play.
Yeah.
And in adopting that, I've gotten a lot better at
Yeah.
a lot of things.
I know. Just it's hard. Like just working every day, even
Yeah.
if it's just a 4-hour shift. Just knowing that you don't have the time to decompress ever.
Just constantly, like, just ratchets up.
Yeah.
And then it's the level of, like, I technically had 3 jobs to balance last semester, which was classes, the radio station, and CC's. Radio station, best job I've ever had.
It's awesome here.
Not really something I needed to balance. Classes, the whole reason that I am here.
Yeah.
CC's pays for rent. So those two were, like, big deals.
Yeah.
Radio station was almost a vent for me because I'm a producer. It's a creative outlet, so I can pour a lot of emotion into that work.
But you still aren't able to do dishes.
I gotta do laundry. I gotta do dishes. I have to go home. I have to fill my car with gas. I'd be filling my car at like 1 a.m. on a Saturday because I know that Sunday night I'm gonna be even more slammed at closing at CC's.
It's a lot. And then
It was a lot.
the class and homework and getting all that stuff done.
Yeah, homework is the biggest thing. That was the hardest part because it was every single day outside of class. I was doing 3 high-level maths, but that's done now. It's over for now.
And then
We had Christmas.
And then the break schedule came in. I was just like, I have a Tuesday off? That means nothing on Tuesdays?
Right?
I was just like,
Yeah. I've slept in more this last week than I've ever slept in.
it's so great.
And I worked night shift for a whole year. Like before this whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never felt more like slept in.
The amount that does for your psyche and your psychological.
I've started picking back up piano
Really?
In my free time, for Christmas,
You
my
got the
friend got me a MIDI controller.
MIDI controller.
And so I've set it up to an old 1983 piano recording, just a VST,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
A virtual sound machine. It's a virtual instrument.
Yeah.
And have just been running up a 2-5-1 chord progression and playing minor jazz, minor pentatonic blues scales over it. And it's just fun. It's just for me. Maybe I'll do like a personal stream at some point when I get back up to where my confidence was way before I started night shift.
There's not a lot of musician streams on Twitch or
I know.
YouTube. Like, I've seen a couple. I actually used to be in that scene a little bit, but I stopped because I didn't have a good camera, so I was like playing off of like a musical background. It was just like it wasn't as good to me. So I was just like, I kind of put that on hold. I think after I graduate, I'm definitely going back to that.
Yeah.
So, but you could definitely do some work there. I feel like that would.
I feel like what's best is I was putting together a workflow because that's all my whole job is, like making workflows,
Right.
and then tweaking workflows because I'm like, that's what I do for the podcast. That is my job here, kind of, is either producing something, and when I'm not producing something, making production more efficient so we can produce better things.
Ethan, I don't think you realize that because of you, we're no longer just a radio station. We are like a network of media.
Yeah.
That's why we're changing our name from like Tarleton Radio to Tarleton Radio Network or something like that.
Yeah,
like most of our branding.
Yeah, we're going through a branding change soon.
So I like, because of you and Cole, that is like so great. Like,
yeah,
that is.
It just allows us to be more creative on every front. We're not stuck in this little box of like, oh, and we also made a thing, or we made a thing here.
Do we kind of want to go down some of the list of some of the new things that we like, kind of give them a teaser of what's in the works in the background right now? I mean, obviously Planetary Overload.
Right. We have Planetary Overload. We have more stuff planned for the YouTube channel. A lot of it is a bit of just admin work so that we can do the things that we have planned.
Right.
So that's not super exciting. The station shorts, though, that I'd like to get filmed.
Right.
We've put together a list of about 12. They're all pretty fun. They're short and easy. They should be like 30-second vids, really.
Yeah.
Super quick and clean.
Probably stretch it out to 5 minutes if we wanted to. Like little skits.
We're thinking just compilation.
Yeah.
You just put them all into a playlist, release them whenever they're done. The goal for those is to be like, we put these on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and then we put a playlist together that is a master of them on.
We just make a spoof of the Office intro.
Eventually. Eventually we get there.
And just a picture of us like looking through Lance's door.
Oh yeah.
And we just get him like moving a glass or his diet Pepsi. I love that. Every day our boss comes in with a bottle of Pepsi Zero or something like that.
I never paid attention.
Yeah, I think it's just a neat character quirk. And I think he just does it because it's not, there's no calories,
It's his preferred flavor.
Are you doing any health things for the new year coming up?
Health things.
That kind of like leads into that.
Yeah. Are you?
I am cutting out all fast food from my diet.
Oh, wow.
I figured out that when it comes to like New Year's stuff, it's easier to like, instead of saying I'm going to get health, it's easier to like have a specific thing of like, I won't eat fast food, or instead of just like, I'm going to lose X amount of weight. No, I don't care. I just want to live healthier. Fast food is a waste of money. Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's only $6 for a meal. But if you can easily in a week lose out of your budget like $250 just by eating fast food all the time. Right. Like, yeah. And then think about that. Each one of those meals can be like 2,000 calories. So much salt. So I think that's a really obtainable like New Year's resolution. Yeah. Not just, and what comes of that is I just have to be smarter about meal prep.
It's all meal prep.
Yeah.
I did keto for a year, a year and a half. It was super good for me. I'm not like pushing it on anybody.
Right.
It worked for me really well, but also I literally had designed my meals out a week in advance. Had everything prepped in batch cooks,
Right.
and then was down for it. So you do need that free time to do meal planning. That's something you're definitely going to need, whatever your diet is.
Just rice.
Just rice.
Just rice.
If you're going to do rice, though, I recommend short grain glutinous.
Okay.
It's also called sticky rice. It's not any sweeter. It doesn't have any other thing to it. It just has gluten fibers in it.
Huh.
Compared to normal long grain white rice or brown rice.
Interesting.
And that's what makes it stick. That's why bread gets sticky, is the gluten fibers start to grab each other.
But
Make
I'm just
sense?
thinking, like, you know, you get a crock pot,
Mm-hmm.
leave for work one day,
Right.
leave for your day, come
Get
back 6 hours
get a
later.
rice cooker.
Yeah, something like that. You come back 6 hours later and it's done.
Yeah.
You put some soy sauce and some protein in that, you have a meal.
Exactly.
It's why I
Or
feel like
beef tips and bell peppers. Ooh,
Right.
staple.
it's why I feel like all the countries that have a very rice heavy diet are very healthy. You think of like that society, there's like that village in Japan which is like the healthiest people on the earth or something like that. That's all they just eat rice and fish.
Yeah.
And they're like 95 and still mowing their lawn and like going out and it's if you can watch that video, it is the craziest thing to see these really old people like looking like they're 60 and still doing crazy things that you wouldn't think someone who's 90
Just skating,
yeah,
playing saxophone. Man.
I can't play saxophone, my lungs aren't there.
I'm old now. My feet hurt. I can't play sax like that.
What else
It's jazz.
what else have you been doing these last couple weeks?
These last couple weeks I've been working on our website, which isn't the coolest thing in the world, but it's something.
Have we nailed down like a website provider?
I am going to show Lance a test that I've put together on Squarespace.
Okay.
And if he goes ahead with that, they have a competitive enough rate compared to Wix that there would be like $1 or $2 discrepancy.
Okay.
And a totally different look on Wix compared to Squarespace.
I like Squarespace.
Squarespace might be exactly what we need. It has 4 pages on the website. It uploaded all of the art very quickly and easily. And this isn't. We are not sponsored by Squarespace, by the way. This is not an ad.
But Squarespace. Call
Stop it! Not yet. We're not. We can't sell airtime. We have Actually, speaking of that, the podcast network recently got we're at almost at 150 downloads.
Wow.
On everything.
And that doesn't seem like a big number to like compared to other people, but for us that's huge.
Because we've started this literally like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, that and I think you said this was the most important part. It's consistent. It's not like we have a day where we have 50 downloads and then 0.
I like to go off of days that we are like our lowest days is how I like to figure it out. So we had 6 non-download days this last December.
Wow.
6 days where there were no downloads.
That out of like 40.
Out of 30 days.
No, but the month and a half. Oh, I guess they're not taking into account the kind of the dead weeks before that.
Yeah, the dead weeks before it didn't really work.
Right.
Because we didn't, because like shows were technically up, but they were still in like distribution and approvals.
In your own words, it takes, the podcast world works in 2 weeks at a time.
Yep. Podcasting for getting stuff approved, everyone works in 2 weeks at a time. Once everything's up and approved though, every week.
Yeah.
You got to be out to the hour. You really do. Like this show, that's the reason I wanted to get in and the reason we're recording this earlier than usual.
Right.
Because I wanted to get in here and get everything set up beforehand because this show has to drop. We've already missed the Christmas because it was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Another episode would come out.
Most people had pre-recorded episodes. We just did not.
We didn't because we're not there yet. We will. But this show will be moving either to Thursday or Friday. I believe that we have something that needs to go up on air in a little bit. Right? At 4?
KTRL, which is our local station, is doing ATC at 4, so we're going to be having to evacuate the studio soon.
Yep. You're hosting it, right?
I'm hosting ATC, yeah.
Because I have work in an hour.
But back to the website thing. I think Squarespace, and again, we're not sponsored by Squarespace. I like the design, but you're very knowledgeable with computers. Squarespace is very user-friendly for people who, because we have to think, we're students.
Yeah.
We will all graduate.
Yeah.
There's going to be someone after. What you and Cole have done have been fantastic, because you have set it up so it's so easy for someone who's not as knowledgeable to come in and still do the things you're doing, because you already have everything streamlined.
That's why I was sending you all of the metabits information earlier, because it was like, this is what we copy and put in the description of everything. These are all of the general tags we used. After the fact, we use this many show specific tags.
Which is why I'm saying, like, if you come in and someone's like, I don't know HTML, and you're gonna be like, well, buddy, our entire website is HTML code. they're not gonna have a good time.
I know,
but
yeah, it's like, do you know CSS? Do you understand the difference between a .php and a .html? And they're like, what? And I'm like, Bootstrap UA 12, Bootstrap UA 14. What are your opinions?
What about Flash versus the new HTML5 video players?
And they're like, Flash, like Flash Animator? And I'm like, you mean Adobe Animate, you silly goose? And they're like, oh no. What? Oh no.
But I do, like, I feel like this has been like the most productive semester I've seen of the radio station in a long time. And
because we've done a lot of setup work, we've done a lot of work in everything, we can finally start doing the more like producer side of stuff, the management of content, and just start making things. We have so many shows and just the pre-production this
right now.
Year we plan on having 7 shows on podcast shows produced by the end of the year, and like either up and running or have
of course,
perhaps a story finished.
Yeah, this is including our already produced podcast,
this
which
includes
is Cruisin the Planet, Planetary Overload, which is already announced, and Cogly and
Morrow, and the network show.
And the network. Well, network isn't really a show.
It has a lot of backlog stuff on it.
Right, just like bags and boards.
Exactly. And, stuff I just have to keep up on the network.
Which I was told to announce that there was a discrepancy in an earlier episode where we said that Bags and Boards is still being hosted by Lance. It is a non-going on show. Like, the show is not going on anymore.
Yeah.
There will not be any more new episodes of Bags and Boards. It's been discontinued since like 2016, 2017. Don't quote me on that. We don't want to spread false information that there's a new Bags and Boards episode.
Got you.
It was just that was mentioned to me earlier that we should correct that statement.
Yeah, no. I guess I had already understood that, so I didn't stop you in the moment. What we were saying back then, a couple of weeks ago, was that the episodes are still being hosted and stored. You can go find them.
Right.
There's no new anything there.
Right. Which is, I mean, I think Lance was a student when he was making those. Potentially, I don't know the story.
I don't remember.
But we have a lot of new stuff coming out soon. And that's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
That's all I got. I did have a lot of funny comedy bits, but this episode just sort of turned out to be admin. A lot of admin stuff, a lot of announcements, a bit of a recap.
Looking over the new year, and we'll have a full crew next week, I hope.
Hopefully everyone will be back from break. We'll be able to talk about everyone's break, get everyone's Christmas presents sorted, have a bunch of fun. This has been Cruisin the Planet with your host, Ethan Miller, and our illustrious, consistent guest, AJ Heyer. Keep on rolling.
This has been a Tarleton Radio Network podcast with production from AJ Heyer and Taylor Welch. Find more great shows by searching Tarleton Radio Network wherever you get your podcasts.